Hello, folks, and welcome to another edition of Beat the Casinos, powered by Incredibleeventsdfw.net. I am your host, Solomon the Great, and today we're going to talk about my most favorite game in all the casino world, bank craps. Casino bank craps. Very similar to the street game, just more organized. It gives you more combinations of ways to make money. There's over 100 different bets that you can do in combination on this game. It is a fast-paced game in the casino, but don't worry, we're going to slow it down and go all the way to the beginning. So if you're a seasoned player, this will help you. We'll get into strategy in a little bit. If you're a beginner, this will give you an introduction and take the guesswork away. As with all things, I have to give my disclaimer, there is no fail-proof plan when gambling. It is all a risk to your money. So you want to be responsible when you're gaming. Our videos are for information and educational purposes only. If you follow the strategies and things that we discuss in our videos, it will give you opportunity to get a quicker and a better return on your investment, where you will leave the casinos with more money more often. But do keep in mind, it is all a risk and there is no fail-proof plan. Take the information as it is and good luck to you. Now we got that out the way. Let's talk a little bit about the game itself. It is one of the best games in the casino because you have certain bets on this game where the casino itself has literally no house advantage. They really give you true odds where they pay you on these bets, and we'll talk about that more often in our upcoming videos. But I want to touch on something that's very, very important about this game, because it is a camaraderie game, meaning that it's one long table. A lot of people can play at the same time and make money off of one hot shooter. But you have to keep in mind, there is a level of professional courtesy that you have to have when playing this game. One thing that I want to touch on, a lot of craps players are very superstitious. You might personally not be, the dealers personally might not be, but that's here nor there. A lot of people are. So there's certain things that you want to watch out for, and we'll talk about that first before we actually get into the felt and dissect some of the bets. Professional courtesy, number one, you never want to buy into the game during the middle of a hot shooter's roll. What that means is, a lot of times when you first show up to your casino and you come to your craps table, it's an overwhelming effect that you want to get in on the action. But realistically, you really want to wait for a come out roll. So what that means is, when the shooter has the dice and they're working on their point, you don't want to buy in the middle of that roll, because believe it or not, the craps game is a rhythm game. The dealers try to get the dice out within a certain amount of time. The shooter gets into a rhythmic action when throwing the dice, and you don't want to disturb that. Also, a lot of superstitious players, they feel that when you put new money on the table, it makes the shooter throw himself off and makes the dice act funny. So you'll hear that a lot. New money makes the dice act funny. That's what they're meaning. So if you are wanting to get in on action, just be patient, be courteous. Wait for the roll to either end where he got the point and you're coming out again on the new come out roll. It's perfectly acceptable to buy in at that time. Or if they roll the bad number and get big red, which is a 7 out, if they're on the pass line, the dice will move to the next shooter, and that's also a great time for you to go ahead and buy in. Also, when you are buying in, go ahead and give them your player's card and everything all at once, so we can keep the game in motion. We don't want to slow the game down for technicalities, because it, like I said, it throws everybody off. That's one thing. So professional courtesy on your buy-in. Another thing too, a lot of superstitious players don't want you to talk about sevens. In this game, there are several different combinations of how to roll a 7 on the dice. That's the most combinations of all 36 dice combinations is a 7. But when you're in this game, you don't want to discuss that at the table, because superstitious players also feel that when you discuss the word 7, it brings about a 7. So keep one, your buy-in, and then 2, let's not discuss the word 7 at all. If anything, if you need to talk about that number, we like to say big red or big nasty, things of that nature. There's different acronyms that you can use in, when discussing the word 7, but try to get away from the habit of saying the number itself at the table. It will instantly turn the whole aura negative. You'll see people that are having a great time, they start getting real scared. They'll start turning bets off, coming down. They'll color up and leave. And you just don't want to do any of that. This game is so much more fun when you have a lot more players. One shooter can make tons of money for a lot of different people, so keep that in mind. Even if you are a don't better or backline better, meaning that you're betting against the shooter or against the dice, it's still a professional courtesy in what jargon we use in the middle of the game. That's pretty much the big two that I wanted to talk about. On our next clip, we're actually going to turn the camera to the felt and we're going to dissect some of the bets. So just if you like this one, please like and subscribe to our page, follow us on Facebook, visit us online, and we'll catch you on the next video. We're going right into it. The next video is going to be the different types of bets on the craps table. Once again, I'm Solomon the Great. Beat the casinos, powered by Incredibleeventsdfw.net.